The balance issues in Battlefield 5 are breaking an already half broken game. So, to start this video off, I'm mostly a TDM player. I play most of the game modes like Conquest and Grand Ops, but the majority of my time is spent in Team Deathmatch. When Battlefield has a decent game mode like Grind or Rush pop into rotation, I'll play them instead, but God forbid we have them openly available to play whenever we want. We can't do that, can we? We don't want our playbase having a variety of game modes available to play, especially two that have been positively received or requested multiple times. The way Battlefield 5 is now, you're either completely stomping to the point you're wondering if the game has added bots, or you're being stomped because your team are playing like bots. No matter what type of game you get, it's completely unsatisfying. There's no enjoyment in destroying people who think it's a smart idea to prone crawl in the middle of a street or ignore the sound of their teammates 2 feet away from them being slaughtered. Same as there's no enjoyment in being on a team where everybody decides to snipe even if they can't hit a stationary target 10 feet in front of them. I know skill-based matchmaking wouldn't really have a place in a game that pits 64 players against one another. I imagine it would be hard to do, especially when most games can't even balance 12 players properly. That being said, it's mind-boggling the amount of times I've had snipers on my team with twice as many deaths than kills. The same people who take a shot and decide to stay exactly where they are, not move an inch like the guy who shot them has suddenly forgot they exist. Surely there's a way to separate people who clearly have no experience to those who do, even if it's something as basic as a separate matchmaking system for those with less than a certain amount of game time. An example being those with less than 20 hours playtime are pooled against each other. Those above that threshold are placed in a separate matchmaking system. These are just some quick ideas, and honestly not much thought has been put into them, so they could be completely broken. But this isn't even the main issue with Battlefield 5 balance right now, it's barely scratching the surface. You're lucky enough if you actually end up in a game with equal split of players. If I queue 5 games right now, I'm sure at least 3 of them will have an issue with team balance. Now if you're a lucky ducky who manages to find a game with equal team balance and players who are actually capable of playing, it's time to cast your gaze at the team pings, because I'm positive there are a couple of people punching numbers way over 100. Now I know what you're thinking, they're going to fix all these issues in an upcoming patch, but you'd be a fool to think that same patch isn't going to completely screw over something else, and if by some godlike miracle they manage to pull off a patch that actually improves the game, they'll be implementing a new weapon that'll have half the player base proning in a bush, achieving 1 kill every 5 minutes and calling anyone with a KD over 1.0 a hacking scumbag. I really want to enjoy Battlefield 5. I've sunk thousands of hours into the franchise and it's becoming impossible for me to enjoy a game that has this many issues. It's at the point where if they managed to fix every last issue Battlefield 5 has, I'd still not be convinced it would actually save the game. It would have just taken far too long to achieve what should have been a playable game at launch almost a year ago. Well, that's it from me guys. I've stuck around on Battlefield 5 because honestly, there's nothing else to play. I feel sorry for the big YouTubers who have had no choice but to play Battlefield 5 because their channels have been built around it. It's in a horrible state right now, and you're a special kind of person if you actually have fun playing it. I don't mean that in a sarcastic cunty way either. If you're actually enjoying the game, then all the power to you my friend, and feel free to leave a comment letting me know what exactly it is that Battlefield 5 achieves better over previous titles. Thanks for watching guys, I'm sorry it's such a downer, but these things need to be talked about. Getting new content is nice, but it's nothing compared to having a functional game with solid foundation. You can't polish a turd, so it's time to fix the fundamental flaws of Battlefield 5. At the end of this video, you'll see multiple examples where there's been a huge imbalance, whether that be player skill, latency, or player count. These issues occur multiple times throughout multiple game modes, and nothing is more frustrating than having to re-queue multiple times just to find a game to play in.
objectives.
This doesn't look good. Look.
Capture and hold the objectives. As many as possible, soldiers.
Oh. How? How are you prone on the ground? You start shooting first, and you still can't kill the guy. How?
They almost have us. Raise your game.
Why would you want to die?
Come on, guys. Someone else here. What are you